visual of you, so it's going to pick up whatever you got on your screen there.
Beats Planet.
What's cracking, y'all? Doski Woski. The Peasky Whiskey is free. It's implied. It belongs to you and me. It's from the earth. God put it here for me and you. Take advantage, man. Take advantage. It's Voch Lombardi, Senior Lombardi, John Wick the Fourth. Dad had Lombardi as well. Vegan Voch up in here today. John Wick the Fifth. Yo, man, we got a Cowboy roundtable today, man. Told y'all we was gonna do it. Told y'all we was gonna keep it going in the off season. Now is mostly the time where you want to have Cowboy opinion because everybody's opinion is all over the place. So, of course, we got guys for the cause or whatever. Voch Lombardi here. We're here with Law Nation. What's cracking, Law?
Salute to you, fam. Hey, it's the off season. There's no win-loss record during this time frame. Everybody's 0-0. So that's what I'm loving. I'm loving the fact that right now, all we got to do is just sit back and let Will McClay do his magic. But we can talk about it, though.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it. We normally have Foots and Okoye. Foots is in the studio making magic. He'll probably stop in about 5 to 10 minutes or so. So he'll just hop in whenever. And Okoye, his sister is celebrating her birthday, so he's celebrating with her. So salute to the Okoye family. We gonna give him the night off. But me, Law Nation, and Foots in a minute, we gonna rock y'all world, man. We gonna go ahead and line up and get this thing done, man. We got so much to talk about tonight. Just to kind of set your plate a little bit, and then we'll kind of get into it. So plenty of y'all have put the bounty out to the organization to send some assassins John Wick's way. Also, y'all put a little more money into the pool to get Scott Linehan up out the paint. So boy, did y'all want Scott Linehan. Look, Law, when I got the news, right, I say, let me go ahead and just get on the YouTube and just see what the damn temperature is for Scott Linehan. And man, you would have thought it was Christmas. Man, you would have thought Jerry Jones passed out free damn tickets to the game to caller number 7 or something. Boy, the excitement in the damn chat box when Linehan got kicked up out the paint. And we're gonna talk about that. We also got Cowboys free agency we're gonna touch on because it's plenty of guys we gotta pay, plenty of guys we're gonna kick off the bridge as well. Kellen Moore is probably gonna be named the OC at some point. We're going to touch on that. Plus, we got draft, philosophy, draft needs, who you want in the second, third, and fourth rounds. And, we'll even get into a few names. I know Law's been watching the highlights with his live crew, too, as well. So we'll cross that road when we get there. Law, just wrap up the last 2 weeks or so for the people. What's your thoughts?
Well, if I would have told everybody that we was going to win a Super Bowl, we're going to win a playoff game.
Sure.
And then on top of that, we was going to go ultimately to LA and play there at the beginning when we was 3-5. Nobody would have believed us, right?
Sure.
Especially we was 0-4 during the preseason. And if I ever said that, I would have been crazy, right? They'd be like, oh, Law, you crazy. But expectation changed somehow when we made it to the playoff and we won a freaking playoff game. Expectation done changed. Cowboy Nation done changed. We done folded up like wallets all of a sudden. Everybody's saying, I can't stand Law Nation. I can't stand Voch. I can't do this. I can't do that. We don't like the Cowboys and stuff like that. This is what I'm hearing from echoes from those who out there who think that we supposed to win the freaking Super Bowl every year. But when I talk about the philosophy of the team, it's one day at a time. They said, man, we tired of this, Law. We tired of it. We want to win now. But I'm saying this right here is that Will McClay, he worked magic during this time of the season, right?
Absolutely.
Hey, and then on top of that, although I had my reservations with Scott Linehan, Parahand, however you want to call him, to me personally, it just was not a match that was made to be married to Dak Prescott. Those things just didn't match up well to me. I think that Scott Linehan's strength would be for a quarterback like the Matthew Staffords of the world. Maybe just a Matt Ryan's. But he runs a vertical offense, whereas Dak Prescott, to me, his strong suit is just not that. So by them removing Scott Linehan, by them agreeing mutually to part ways, because I think that he heard the echoes from the fan base.
Sure.
It's a good move to me. Now we got a new wrinkle. We're going to throw in somebody who can identify with Dak Prescott's strengths, minimize his weakness, hopefully whoever it may be, and see if we can get things going in those right directions. But what do you think about what I just said?
I'm just starting to not care about what Cowboy fans think. I'm just starting not to care. Because, if it was up to Cowboys fans, Dak wouldn't be here. Zeke wouldn't be here. Cooper wouldn't be here. Gallup wouldn't be here. They was trying to trade that pick to go get Earl. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn, D-Law wouldn't be here. They still don't know if they want to pay him. Byron, Layden wouldn't be here. Jalen wouldn't be here. So I'm not going to leave the final notion to Cowboys fans. I trust my front office. You know what I mean? I trust their judgment. I trust because they're the professionals. Like fans do this maybe 2 hours out the week. Voch do it 6 hours a day. They do it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, fam. They eat, breathe, and sleep football. You know what I mean? So I trust those guys over anything. And a lot of people kind of getting in my face about the whole Linehan thing because I didn't really have a super problem with what people were saying about Linehan. People were saying Linehan was trash. I think we should have played better. You know what I'm saying? Because the evidence is once our team got better, the offense started to look a little better. I just think that just makes sense. That just makes sense. We all of a sudden add an elite player, a wide receiver, then we only lose 2 games after that. You know what I'm saying? And the third being playoff game. I don't think that's bad. Now, if you wanted to kick Linehan off a bridge to improve, I'm not mad at that. But I want to improve. Some people wanted Linehan to be gone because they wanted him gone. I'm not one of those people. I wanted a improvement. So we'll see if Kellen Moore is that guy. I've watched film on Kellen Moore when he was a Boise State kid years ago. Boise State did some nasty stuff on offense, man. So if Kellen is retaining any of that information, then then we'll see what happens. They thrived on making on making simple stuff look complicated. I don't know if everybody in the chat box has gotten a chance to look at my latest Cowboy video I got entitled "How Can the Cowboys Be More Creative on Offense?" I drew one play, but then I showed it to you 9 different times. You know what I mean? I think the Cowboys going to have to do a lot of that. Just not so much as change the actual scheme, but change the play call. So instead of running, like heavy right 32, we'll run, shift X motion 32 X, I don't know, keep or something. You know what I mean? Like we'll just change up everything around it, but it'll still be the same concept.
Yeah, man. Sticking to a philosophy and just hitting the opposition with that's always will work. To me personally, when I look at what Scott Linehan was calling, it was just for the strong suit of a different type of quarterback. Now they did sprinkle in some things that can help out Dak Prescott towards the latter part of his run there. But like you said, yes, bringing in Amari Cooper helped out tremendously. And let's just go back to what Scott Linehan was working on, right?
Sure.
With Randy Moss, when he was with the Minnesota Vikings, he was a dominant X receiver. Of course, they had Chris Carter on the opposite side. Yeah. And then we moving forward with St. Louis Rams. I don't know if those wide receivers were still there, but he basically didn't really have a strong wide receiver core.
They're a little older. Yeah.
Who he had out there?
They was a little older. You talking about
they're a little older. Isaac Bruce of the world and stuff like that, right? Those cats, they was old. They was like running out there for a paycheck, basically. Yeah. But when he moved over to the LA, or not the LA, Lions. To the Lions, man, they was nice, right?
Yeah. In
2009 to 2013, there was not a wide receiver that's better than a guy named Megatron. There was not an X receiver that's better than him collectively. The guy was just monstering, dogging it out, right?
They had Calvin Johnson, Nate Burleson, and Roy Williams, I believe.
Right. And it was, between that time frame, Roy Williams played so well that he made it to the Pro Bowl, and the Dallas Cowboys gave 2 first-round picks for him, right? Or first and a third or something like that.
2 firsts.
2 firsts. So that was Scott Linehan right there, right?
Sure.
We was looking like this is what the staple piece of the offense should be. Now, if we go back into that marriage of Scott Linehan and Jason Garrett, they both trained under Nick Saban, if I'm correct, in 2005 with the Dolphins. That they part of that Nick Saban tree. So if anybody want to go out there and say, hey, Voch, let's go get Nick Saban. We seeing the products of his kids right now, right?
Sure.
So,
let me ask you this though.
Go ahead, talk to me.
Because I'm kind of looking at my chat box, and I love to address y'all. Chat box, y'all can pretty much talk all day, and if I see something, I'll hop into it. The chat box, they're alluding to the idea that this offense will turn into a pass first offense, and I kind of got 2 thoughts on that. I don't think that's going to be the case because at the end of the day, Zeke is still your horse. Zeke is still going to be your guy. But even if we were a pass first offense, I ain't tripping because first of all, you can be pass first and still not be vertical. You know what I mean? Like Dak ain't a gunslinger. You know what I mean? But we can still get the ball to Blake Jarwin. We can still get the ball to Zeke. We can still get the ball to Coop and be a pass first offense. I think teams got to start respecting the pass a little bit more because when they do, Zeke get the fly. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Zeke get the fly.
Right.
So even if we do start the, just do more passing concepts, Dak is a little older now, so it's on his plate to improve at that. I'm with it. I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all.
we said all off season before this season that we wanted Dak Prescott to work on what? Stepping up through his throw, passing with better anticipation, reading the defense. That comes with time. People fail to realize, of course, one can argue Troy Aikman, get up there and say, oh, accuracy this, accuracy that. But according to the stats and statistics, Dak Prescott is a better passer of the ball than Troy Aikman. If we just want to talk about stats, and I'm not saying that Dak Prescott is accurate than Troy Aikman, but if we just want to talk about stats, we put that in a nutshell.
Say how trash Troy Aikman is, man. I want to kill Troy Aikman. Troy Aikman.
Yeah, I think I read a tweet where you said I care as much as, but no, that was Nate Newton.
That was Voch. Troy Aikman, Nate Newton, Ian Rappaport. I care about what they say as much as I care about what Ja Rule says. Troy Aikman first 3 years were atrocious, terrible, but they built the squad. They built the line. They gave him help. Damn, Troy Aikman looked different. That's anybody. Get y'all goof ass up out of here, man. Shit, when all these cats went away, when all the talent went away, Troy Aikman head sure did start hurting a little more. Get the hell out of here, man.
Yeah, and people was begging for Steve Berline to come out there and play. But that's a story of a different day. So what I'm saying is that this year coming around, I want Dak Prescott because I saw him step up through his throw better. We saw the improvement of him throwing with anticipation. That Michael Gallup into Amari Cooper. That was nice. That was nice. Now what we want to see next year or this year basically is Dak Prescott beating that 8-9 man front with his arm. That's what I want to see. That all offseason, I want to just see him consistently beating that look. And man, that's the last hurdle. Right or wrong?
I think we've seen it, though.
He stopped fumbling the ball towards the latter part of the year.
I think we've seen it. I think when Dak kind of hit his rough patch, I think that's when DCs were really starting to figure out who Dak was. And that's how you know who your quarterback really is. You know, when they're young, they come in, they do great, boom. The defenses adjust to them. Now what? And I think what we were witnessing while Cowboys fans were being ungrateful asses, I think we were witnessing defensive coordinators adjusting to Dak Prescott. And what we saw is on the back end of Dak coming out of that, a better quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So what we have now is a quarterback that's still improving, plus, you know, like the damn film been out on Dak. And if you got a third-year quarterback that can win and be great after the film has been put out on him, after teams have adjusted to him, I think there's a lot of positive things to be said about Dak. And that's what brings me to my draft philosophy. We can go ahead and jump into this. I want Dak to be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I like my defense. I like it the way it is. It's an elite defense with Jeff Heath. It's an elite defense with Damian Wilson. You know what I'm saying? It's an elite defense with Antoine Woods. Fine. We just had a bad game. I ain't necessarily trying to jump off the bridge just yet. We had a bad game and we didn't have proper rotation. Antoine's shoulder was messed up. He had surgery after the offseason. Surgery after the game or whatever. Cool. I get it. I get it now or whatever. I want Dak Prescott to be as comfortable as he possibly can. I want Dak Prescott to be as comfortable as he was in 2016. Dak Prescott is a better quarterback than he was back then. But Dak was a little more productive back then because his team was better, okay? So we added Cooper. I don't want there to be any more controversy about the left guard spot. I want this offensive line to be as close to elite as we possibly can. I'll push one of our free agents off a bridge to get a top-tier offensive lineman in here to come play left guard and have Connor and Lael compete at right tackle. Why, Voch? Well, because we got to pay people, and I may or may not be trying to pay Lael. Lael cost you $10 million this year. You know what I'm saying? I love Lael. I like him at guard, but Lael he clearly stated that he don't want to play left guard. Well, if you don't, we got to evaluate you as a right tackle. That means you're a liability at some point, making $10 million. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to draft my offensive line to make that thing as pristine and pretty as I can possibly make it. I want my 58th overall pick to be an offensive lineman, man. Depending on what Travis does when he comes back, maybe he has a setback. Maybe Tyron Smith has one of those hurt days like he has, right? I want to improve my offensive line. I want Dak to have time in the pocket. I want Zeke to have them old ass running lanes he used to run through. Then my offense will average more than 22 points. Maybe our offensive baseline will be more than, okay, we'll win if we get to 24. I want to put pressure on these other teams. If you watch the Rams, they didn't score a touchdown to the second quarter or whatever. Right. They had 3 possessions in a row to where they had to settle on field goals. What if we were constantly putting offensive pressure on them? What if our punts were touchdowns or our punts were 3 points? We could be up on the Rams 17-9 by the second half. Even the Seahawks, they didn't get a first down to the fourth quarter. Imagine if those were touchdowns, if those were points. Against the Saints, we only scored 13 points on them and beat them. We could have embarrassed the damn Saints. We could have embarrassed that damn team. You know what I mean? I want my offensive line to be as good as it's going to be because I know my defense is top tier. I know my defense is fine. I know they good to go. I know they good to go. People scoffing at the idea of building your offensive line. Well, then you just draft Connor Williams. Damn it, Travis was right after Travis was right after Tyron, and Zach was right after him, and it damn worked. It made us look great. You wanna sign Zeke? I want Zeke to be healthy. Get your offensive line right. You gonna sign Dak Prescott? He's a winner. The better Dak does, the better his team is. Get your offensive line right. You know what I'm saying? People wanna draft a backup running back, a Tariq Cohen type of guy, which you can flex in the ace spot, in the slot spot sometimes. You know what I mean? You could do kick return, punt return stuff. I'm with that, but oh shit, not before I get an offensive line up in here. Dak was the 31st ranked sack quarterback in the league, 32nd in pressure. And we still won a damn playoff game, dog. Stop playing with me.
Y'all listen, this boy spitting fire.
Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me.
I need where the water hose at, boy?
Look, we didn't do a round table last week. This was on my mind. God damn it. I don't want to take chances with Xavier Su'a-Filo. We were basically saying, oh boy, which was Su'a-Filo. At least you can run around him. You can't run through him. I don't want Snorlax at my damn left guard. I want a gangster at my left guard. And young Connor Williams, the future, out here blocking Aaron Donald, having good games against him, having good games against Fletcher Cox, good games against Grady Jarrett, Jonathan Allen. He's only getting better. You put some pounds on him, you give him a peanut butter sandwich, a steak, and a glass of milk, he'll be big before you know it. Let Connor Williams be great. Let him be fine. I want my line to be great. I'm on this same, what you call this, soapbox? I'm on the same soapbox. Last year I wanted to draft an offensive lineman early. I was a Hernandez, Isaiah Wynn type of guy. That was my energy. We really didn't invest in the offensive line like I wanted us to. I like Leighton Vander Esch. Salute to him. But I want Dak Prescott to not be the 31st ranked sack quarterback in the damn league. That's all I'm saying. Fix my offense. My defense is fine already. Then we'll cross that road whenever we get there. That's my thoughts, Lon.
Man, I need some water to put on you and Yoga Flame. Dog, everybody that's in the chat box, man, pass the collection plate around. This brother deserve it, man. He putting it down like 4,000 pounds. Now, of course, you better that offensive line, you have a better play collectively with the Dallas Cowboys. Now, this is the thing. We already talked about what I wanted to improve with Dak Prescott. There's another guy that wears number 24, my favorite number, Cheeto Awuzie. Sure. There's nobody in life that can tell me that Cheeto was this close to every pass that was caught on him. Can you name me, Voch, my homie, Voch?
Sir?
Can you name me one play that Cheeto Awuzie got burnt on? Just like people was like miles and miles ahead of him.
Cheeto don't get burnt. Julio Jones ran past him one time, but Cheeto got recovery speed because he's an athlete. He's a Wakandan warrior. He's a gangster. So you said
Wakanda? I gotta hear it, man.
What am I blending that? I'm late. I ain't got it. I'm late. But
it's all good.
I'm
Y'all
late.
know who you talking about.
But Cheeto was in good position every Damn it, every play. How I look at it, Cheeto really didn't get his 16th game into the middle of the season. You know, he had a little injury last year. It kind of forced Jordan Lewis to play. Anthony Brown played a little bit outside, so we didn't really get Cheeto didn't really get a full rookie season. So he still was learning the early parts of last season or whatever. But towards the end of the season, a lot of people would say that Cheeto played better than Byron. He played better than Byron. I ain't really necessarily ready to kick Byron off the bridge.
There you go.
I'm not necessarily ready to kick Byron off the bridge, but I think Cheeto and Byron moving forward will be just fine. I think they'll be damn good. They both played their first full year at cornerback, Cheeto and Byron, and to get the production that they got from both of their first full year at corner, I think that's respectable, man. They'll be good moving forward.
Yes, indeed. So I'm with the belief with this thing right here. Cheeto, Woozier, those passes that was this close all of last year, they're going to be this close now. I think that he's going to get his hands inside. Now, if we can just be patient just a little bit with his defense, my only reservation with his defense, we need more takeaways, turnovers, and things like that. And I believe that this was their first year with Chris Richard. Second year, we should see improvement in that particular category. They was horrible the previous year in 2017. They was ranked. I hope I know you got a brilliant chat box, man. Somebody can pull up this record or stat. We were like 28 in third down getting off the field in 2017. Sure. I believe we better than that this past year. Okay. So we improve in that category. So looking forward for this year, I think that we're going to still improve in that category, getting off the field on third downs, and then we're going to improve in takeaway category. I think that Chris Richard and Rod Marinelli, what you call him, Papa Rod, he's going to get these guys to fly out to the ball even more. And then on top of that, they're going to find them a nasty guy that they can flex into the inside. As much as we love AB, I gave him the nickname now. He can wear that nickname proudly. And as much as we love Jordan Lewis, I think that the way the scheme is built is for them to have a taller, rangier, lengthy guy that's in the inside. And I think, what do you think about the Juan Thornhill kid or the I think his name Tavion Mullins? Have you got a chance to look at them?
Yeah. They gonna be like 6th, 5th round picks. You know what I'm saying? We ain't necessarily
educate me about that, because I don't know the draft like you, man. Educate me. Who's the best tall, lengthy, rangy slot corner that's in the draft this year?
It's plenty, guys, man. See. Okay, so can I just fix this plate first before I get into that?
You fix the plate for me, man.
I think a lot of our turnovers gonna come from pressure up front. You know, we didn't get a lot of turnovers in the front half of the season, but when my man's Randy Gregory started averaging a sack a game, that's when we started getting a little more turnovers. That's when we started seeing, fumbles and interceptions. So I think when we finally get Randy to fully be great and D-Law will start to play off of that, I think we'll get a lot more sacks, as we'll have a lot more pressure. Malik Collins staying healthy. He had a great second half of the season. I'll say this. This as well though, Law. I think having a better offense will result in better turnovers. Like I was saying earlier, if we force teams to play from behind, then they're gonna throw the ball more. They're gonna play with a little more pressure. We didn't really start whooping the hell out of the Seahawks to the end of the third quarter, really. You know what I mean? They were kinda in the game the whole time because we really didn't put the foot on the throttle the whole first half of the game. So they kept running the ball. They just kept running it and running it and running it. If we would have been up 17-0 or something by the time they got going, we forcing Russell Wilson to throw the ball. We forcing Russell Wilson to put the ball in the air. So by that time, Law Nation, we bound to get an interception or two. We bound to get extra sacks by then. You know what I'm saying? So I don't necessarily think talent is a problem with getting turnovers or whatever. As far as cornerbacks in the draft. Penn State got a kid with a hard ass name, Armani Oluwaseun. Whatever his last name is. He's a Senior Bowl guy. He may be a guy you're looking for. Chris Boyd from Texas. He may be a guy you're looking for. A guy like Sheldon Redwine from Miami. Look
Boy,
for those guys.
Red wine, boy. Go ahead.
You goddamn alcoholic, Law. Goddamn alcoholic. So I don't necessarily think we're gonna get a cornerback early. Not a DeAndre Baker guy, not a Greedy Williams type of guy. But Julian Love, guys like that that'll probably fall to the 4th, 5th round that we can replace AB with. I don't think we pay AB. If he takes a little cheap bread, let him fly. AB, I'll get a little cheap bread on the fly, you know what I'm saying? But I think he's going to want to get more bread than we're willing to pay him. And I think that's going to result in us going to go get a new nickel corner, but it's fine. It's fine because we got some outside guys that we can run with. I got a super chat that I'm going to let you rock, Law. Gary Oldman, salute to you, sir. Dropping a dub in the super chat, pardon me. Running 40% of the time into an 8 to 9 man fronts is gross. It's what we do. But when they you know what I hate, Law? I hate when the background is orange, but the goddamn text is white. I hate that. They know when we're going to run, and it's nearly 50% of the time with backup. Zeke needed Linehan to go. I feel you, Gary. I feel you. He's basically saying he hates when we line up in 2 tight ends and we run the ball up A gap. I feel you, Gary, and this goes back to my original point. I think player execution is a thing because New England Patriots did it a bunch Sunday. They did a bunch of 3 tight end, 2 tight end, run it right up A gap type of stuff, and it worked for them. They just blocked the guys up front. I think if our offensive line was better, we'll be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? We'll be able to do things in that way. Our offensive line just wasn't good enough to do it.
What's up, fellas?
What's up, Foots?
Whoa.
Hey, what's up, good man? How y'all?
Foots, how you gonna
hear you?
Listen, Foots, how you gonna recommend the time, Foots? how you gonna recommend the time, but then be in the studio, Foot? What's going on, bro?
Now here's my thing, Voch. You know we black, right? So
fair enough.
Nothing to start on time, but how?
Say no more.
Don't make me good. I'm just jump in and listen, and I just because I jumped in at a bad time, so I apologize for that. But
it's all good. We were talking about pushing Linehan off a bridge and the upcoming draft philosophy or whatnot. So first of all, how you feel about Linehan being pushed off a bridge?
It was time, Voch, and
sure.
I've kind of taken a step back. I did a video, right? And then I've just taken a step back to kind of just soak in what needs to happen. But the first things first, when you're trying to make a change, and you guys know this, you guys are successful men. So when you're trying to build something, the first thing that you got to do is clear all the baggage, right? And get rid of everything that you just gotta clean that room. If you're trying to renovate a room, everything that was in that joint before got to be gone, and that's Linehan and his energy. I think it said a lot about Linehan and the type of person he was when he didn't want to talk to the media after that game. So, and I just don't think that he was a likable guy in the locker room. And obviously, being a coordinator meaning coordination, meaning that you're marrying something or you're matching something to what your players do. I don't think that he did that well. Was that Garrett having his philosophy draped over Linehan? Maybe, maybe not, because you see, reports that Garrett took over the Giants game and that he had his hands on that with the tight ends being more involved and with Dak doing some different things. So maybe Jason really did let Linehan do his thing, and Jason said, you know what, this isn't going to work. It's not working, and next year I could be coaching for my job, so I want more input. So I know that was a long-winded answer, but I say this to say, Voch, it was time. And I was down on Dak. I'll say that. And I loved Dak when we drafted him. I mean, that was my first video on YouTube. But, again, I had gotten really down on Dak. But now, the end of year 3, Law and Voch, I know who Dak is. I know he's inaccurate. I know that he makes mistakes, but damn it, he wins games. So we got to find a guy who will marry something to make him in this offense take the next step. So that's kind of my answer. Linehan being gone doesn't really matter to me anymore.
Sure. I was saying earlier that I think that this is a very important draft in terms of this offense moving forward. I'm willing to kind of hear what your draft thoughts are going to be though, Foots. I'm trying to get the best offensive line I could possibly get up in here.
Okay.
Like the whole year we were saying that our baseline is 24 points. With our defense being great, if we can get to 24 points, we can win a game. Well, in the league, 24 points ain't great. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be a better team if our offense produced a little more. If Dak had 2016 offensive line pass pro, if Zeke had 2016 offensive line run lanes to run through, if we're gonna pay Dak and if we're gonna pay Zeke, I know that this defense can be elite with Jeff Heath. I know that this defense can be elite with Antoine Woods and Damian Wilson. I'm not necessarily running to fix those spots. If you want to add some depth to D-line, I'm with you, but I want to put our premium picks in the offensive line because that's really where we lack the most. That's like Dak. Look, bro, like we added Cooper. We definitely needed talent there, and then we only lost 2 games with him once we had him, and we did all that, won a damn playoff game, and Dak was the 31st most sacked quarterback in the league. I think if we fix that number, the offense will look better as a whole. That was my whole point. What's your thoughts on that?
Hey, Foots, before you rock and roll with that, let me know your philosophy, man. And I love philosophizing.
Okay.
Are you a best player available guy, or you a draft by team needs, or you like, hey, whatever this out there, we do a little mixture of both. Well, let me know, man. Talk to me.
Hey, I'm glad that you asked that, Voch. Law. Can you guys hear me?
Oh, Foot's about to
Yeah.
go in the room. Foot's about to get a glass of water and
Yeah.
Foot's ready.
Hey, I love y'all, man, because y'all let me. This is so organic. So
Yeah, we'll let you
I'm
rock.
glad
Bro.
I'm glad that you asked that, Law. I am 100% best player available. I will never, and that's obviously you stack your board. So a lot of people don't like. Obviously, if you need
But
a
like,
quarterback,
what if tags are touching and you need a defensive end, but you're looking at Alexander Madison, or you need an offensive lineman, and you got Alexander Madison. That's a nasty. I'm talking about a nasty running back for the Boise, and trust me, I got my picks on Boise. But if the
yes.
tag touches, do you go with the offensive lineman, or do you say I already got Ezekiel Elliott, so
If
I'm gonna
tags
pass
are
up on
touching,
Alexander?
that's a
Mhm,
great question,
mhm.
Law. If tags are touching, then I will. Okay, so if tags are touching, I will go need. If tags are touching, but
Okay.
you have to go now. The only way that I will not that because we don't need a quarterback, I'm always gonna go best player available, and I don't care. And that's the good thing about the way the Cowboys are built because I want to piggyback on you and Voch, but I want to ask you guys: does the offensive line need more pieces, or do we need to shuffle? That's something that we got to ask ourselves as well. Because I'll be honest, I think Lyle's out of position, and we know that Connor Williams is out of position. But that's for another day. That could be a 2-hour conversation right there. Now,
Right.
now to me, and this is strictly to me, my philosophy, Law, will always be, especially because I love the draft, and Bots, that's kind of our thing.
Yes, sir.
And Law, you film, but I just love how drafts are built, and I love all of that stuff. To me, it's 100% best player available, no matter what. I mean, it has to be that, Law. It has to be because what happens is if you start reaching, like I'll find somewhere to play a guy, and like you said, so if you have this running back, which I think is a sneaky need, it's a sneaky need. It's a sneaky need, Law, and I got some reasons why. It's a very sneaky need. If you have this running back graded way higher than this lineman who may need development and you're making these projections, I'm drafting a running back in the second round. You have Ezekiel Elliott. Why would you do that? Listen, this offense could use a scat. could use a back that maybe you could put him in a slot. Maybe you could do some things. You can. I don't want like it's getting to the point to where we relied on Zeke so much that our offense didn't look the same without him, right?
Yeah.
And I mean without him playing well, rather. So the Rams game, Law, because Zeke couldn't get going, we were handicapped. We were playing left-handed. What if we had a back that we could just dump the ball off to? And I mean, obviously Zeke can do it. But what if we had that back, though? You know what I mean, Voch? Who we could just give a dump to, and he could take it 50 yards to the house. Or he could take it, because Zeke is taking such punishment. And that's the other thing, too. As Zeke gets later on, as his career elongates, he's gonna take. This guy is taking a lot of punishment. I mean, he just is. So second, third round, yes, I'm looking for a running back, and I know people don't want to hear that.
Voch don't.
He has the best running back.
I know you don't.
Voch don't.
You don't want that Kamara. You don't want
Voch
that.
don't.
You don't win that way.
This is my thing, though. This is my thing, and
You don't want a running back, Vacho.
not saying that though.
Okay.
Not saying that, but
We got
I
a
think
lot of time to argue.
we do. I think we build boards based on needs. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. Like everybody's board, everybody's okay, so look. So if I'm perfect example, right? At the very, very top of the draft, right? It's the Cardinals, then it's the damn 49ers, then it's the Jets. And it's very interesting right there. I think Quinnen Williams is the best player in the damn draft, right? So after Nick Bosa's gone, the 49ers are looking at Josh Allen, the edge guy, and Quinnen Williams, the one tech. Quinnen Williams can fix anybody's front line right now. But
Hold on, Voch, you don't like Bosa? You don't like Bosa early?
Bosa went number one. Bosa went
Okay.
just in my mind. Bosa went number one to the
I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure that we're on the same page.
Got you.
Okay.
But
So
Josh,
this is slot one. Okay.
Josh Allen is an elite edge rusher. Quinnen Williams is an elite one tech. If I need an edge rusher more than a one tech, let me look at the two elite players that fit this spot the best, and I'm gonna pick the guy that I need. That's my point. Now, am I saying that if Alvin Kamara drops to the fourth round, do I not take him? No, that doesn't make sense. But what I'm saying is, if there's an offensive lineman that's in that same tier of player as him,
Absolutely.
and I need an offensive lineman, I'm taking an offensive lineman, because this is what the Giants been messing up for years. the damn Giants have been trash for years because of this. They have yet to fix their offensive line, and
They said, "Hold on, we went got Flowers." I think
no, they're losing games because they won't fix offensive line correctly, and they won't fix quarterback. Saquon Barkley is a sexy pick, and you'll love to have him on your team, but Eli Manning is garbage. Eli Manning is garbage, and they reach for Hernandez, and he don't fit that scheme. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm the Cowboys, Foots, I would love to have a second running back that can play slot receiver, that can kick return and punt return. I would love to have that, Foots.
Absolutely. So that's my thing. So watch this, Voch.
Sure.
And maybe Law put the press on me a little bit. This is a good conversation, because
it is a good conversation.
So, and you know what, Law? Maybe the second round is rich, but my point is, I want Cole Beasley, Lance Dunbar, and Tavon Austin all in one.
Sure.
I want somebody who can do, so he has a real role. You see what I'm saying?
Sure.
Because you're gonna probably lose Cole and Tavon in free agency.
Mm-hmm.
So get ready. And while waiting, I need a scat back, guys. I need somebody who can take a dump and go. I need a change of pace. Teams have figured out 8-8-8 and Dak while he's still growing. And this also has to do with who's going to be coordinating and matching the offense to the personnel. We need to implement a quick West Coast passing game. It has to be done. Tom Brady has made a 25-year career off 5 and outs, off slants.
That James White man saved his he saved that first game. Yeah,
I totally agree.
Another James White in freaking and Sony.
I think
he fits. I mean, I love it.
I think I think BPA matters 4th round and on. In my personal opinion. But I think you got to treat those first 3 picks with a different type of regard. You know what I mean? Because those picks are premium picks. You know what I'm saying? After a while, 4th round picks look just like 5th round picks. That's why damn day 1 and day 2 take so long and they just fly through day 3 because everybody got different opinions about day 3. If I can get one of them damn Wisconsin kids to be one of my offensive linemen or one of the Oklahoma kids, one of the Ohio State kids, if I get one of those guys, I'm going to go get them because we are one Travis Frederick setback. We are one Tyron Smith going ouch. We are one, man, I'm sick of Lael, away from this thing not being as pristine as it could be. I want to fix this offense today. And Foots, part of this too, and you know this, part of this too is knowing your whole draft in general. We're going to run out of offensive line way faster than we're going to run out of scatbacks. You know that.
Absolutely.
You know that. So I'm
But
definitely.
This is the problem, though, for both of us. Well, all 3 of us.
This ain't no problem, Law. Fix your offensive line.
The best left guard on our team is Lyle Collins. He's the best left guard probably in the NFC East.
What if he's not, though?
He's the best left guard out there.
What if he's not, though? What if he's not, though? Time out real fast. What if he's not, though? I think every coaching staff do everything for a reason. What if it's something we don't know about Lael? What if it's something we don't know?
Lael wanted that bag, fam. He wanted that right tackle money.
Man,
he wanted that money, man.
Lael, look, Law. Let me tell you something.
This is what I can't say, though.
Law.
They just invested 3 years in Lyle Collins on the right tackle now.
No, they did.
And at the latter part of 2000, on the latter part of this last year, Voch and Foots.
Yes, sir.
Name me a game that he played sloppy on, because when we talked about Dak Prescott starting off slow, but name me a game on the latter part of Lyle Collins' career for this year that he played sloppy on.
Lyle played well.
Played lights
I
out.
talked to somebody about that.
No,
I didn't hear much.
Come on, Voch, man. Name me a game. Just to pull the game out so I can go look at the tape.
Law.
Name me a game that he played horrible on at right tackle on the last 6 games.
What's up,
Right. I was about to say.
What's up?
Now listen.
What's up,
obviously, we didn't have a Pittsburgh offensive line, but I didn't worry about leakage on that left side. I mean, on their best defensive ends, I was worried about pressure in Dak's face. So I agree with Law. Like, obviously, we could upgrade Lyle, but I liked him. I like the way
Lyle got better.
He learned.
Lyle got better, but I ain't trying to pay $10 million for him, dog. For what he's giving us, for what Lael's giving us, I ain't trying to give Lael Collins $10 million. He did get better. I agree. He did improve, but he went from trash to not that good. And that is improvement. It is improvement. But I want this offensive line to be what it was in 2016. I think Connor Williams can step in the right tackle tomorrow. Not tomorrow.
So too.
Not tomorrow, but after they do that offseason thing that just look. But after they do that offseason thing that make people big and strong, after that, I think Connor Williams will be a nasty right tackle. So what it comes down to is Lael gonna play left guard? I don't think he want to play left guard. And if he don't want to play left guard, we got a problem here. We got a big problem. Meanwhile, there's a kid in Wisconsin, Michael Dieter, that can play tackle guard and center. Tackle guard and center. Boy,
what was his prospect? What round?
He'll probably go right around 58. Right around 58. He's a top 50 guy by skill. But it's a lot of defenders that's gonna push guys down the board. A lot of quarterbacks that's gonna push guys down the board.
The good thing about this draft is like where this draft is heavy at, Voch, and excuse me, I know Law. I don't know if you've looked at boards. I know Voch. Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'm like semi late to the party. I know the main guys, the Devin Whites, the Greedies, the Knicks.
Sure.
But obviously, we're not drafting the first round, but I'm late to the party just because I've been doing a lot of Cowboys coverage. However, when it comes to what I have heard and what I do know about this draft, where it's strong at, this is a defensive draft. Defensive line.
It's thousands of them. It's thousands of them, Foots.
Yes. So
Plenty.
where we're actually kind of good at, because I think this team believes, and looking at Rod's still hungry. What he thinks he can do best is develop defensive linemen, which he can. I think that Dallas won't reach for a defensive lineman. Where this draft is light, but what I don't think teams will be targeting is offensive linemen. And like Voch is saying, if you want to tell me right now you want to draft another interior lineman, he better be from Wisconsin. He can't be from Texas. He better. That's the only place I'm getting a lineman from, Law. And so if you're telling me this guy who I haven't watched him yet, I won't lie. So Voch, I'm trusting you. You're my area scout. Then
Right.
I need to go get this. I need to go get this guard to protect Dak Prescott's face. Then what are we doing with Connor? What are we doing?
But let me break this down to you, man. Let me say this. Shout out to the guru on the Voch Lombardi's page here. He said, "Who's the heir apparent for Tyron Smith?" What if I told you, just like ESPN 30 for 30? What if they kick? And this is, don't crucify me, Cowboy Nation.
Connor Williams,
They kick. What's the name? Lyle Collins all the way to the left tackle.
No.
They move Connor Williams all the way to the right tackle. They go out there and draft your boy as a left guard, and they say, hey, and you know Stephen Jones, he'll lay you down softly. And he put the pillow down, and he just take Tyron Smith to that room, and he said, hey.
If we're gonna keep listen, Law, if we're gonna keep La'el Collins, keep him on the right side. La'el got a problem with new shit. Every time something new happens, La'el fall off a little bit. If anything, Connor Williams is your left tackle. If anything happens to Tyron Smith. But like I was saying with the offensive line, Foots, it's 4 lines you can watch as a whole. You can watch the whole Oklahoma, Wisconsin, Alabama, and Ohio State line. You watch those lines, all those lines got 2 to 3 guys coming out, and they all can play. They all can play, Foots. I will take any of those, and it's plenty of them. Plenty of them going to be in the Senior Bowl. Elgin Jenkins, Garrett Bradbury, Ross Pierschenbacher, the kid with the long last name from Alabama, the kid that plays center. If you got a problem with Travis Frederick, he can also play guard. Michael Dieter can play tackle, guard, and center. It's plenty of offensive linemen, Foots, and it's hard to find offensive line in the league. It's plenty of them in this draft, man. I'm trying to get one of them kids, man. Michael Jordan. A kid named Michael Jordan from Ohio State. You can't drop a kid named Michael Jordan.
Let me
he spell it like Michael Jordan. He spell everything the exact same way.
Hell yeah. Go ahead, Foots.
Let me ask the panel this, guys. All right, so we're in our pre-draft meeting. If, let's say, a team gets desperate and you say, you know what? I entertain a trade for Tyron Smith. Give me a 1.
Nope.
Because you have Cameron Fleming now.
Nope.
Who the chat is telling me is 25.
Cam trash.
Right.
Nope.
Wait a minute.
I'm out, Foots.
Voch, let me talk to you now. Voch, let's do business. Voch, can we do business? Law, can we do business?
You said Tyron Smith, dog. You said my 28-year-old Pro Bowl left tackle. No. But I'll listen.
Hey, they already gave me my lashes. Hey. They crucified me a little bit over here for making that statement.
I'll listen.
Go ahead and help me out. Get me off the ledge, Foots. Help me out.
Go ahead, Foots. Go ahead.
Watch this, guys. All right, listen. All right. Jerry Jones does not like watching a first round go by. He is going to be going crazy in that draft room, not having a first round pick. I'm telling you now, and you know what? We got Amari Cooper, and I on my channel, I said that was a great pick. I knew that Amari Cooper would do what he did. He's been amazing. He now opens up things for Gallup, all of it. But Tyron Smith back issues, not really the same player. Let's say a New York Giants calls you, or somebody, not even the Giants. Let's say a team calls you and says, "I'll give you a 1 for Tyron Smith." Oh, wait, and a 4. So now you can do some shuffling on your line, right? I like what the chat is saying. Maybe Tampa Bay wants to do something.
I don't.
No. Wait a minute, Vacho. Whoa. Let me, Voch. I'm a wheeler and dealer. Let me talk to you for a second.
I'll listen.
So now, Law. Now we can, because we do have Xavier Su'a-Filo. When Cam Fleming played, he did not play bad. Voch, I know you are the offensive line guru, but I don't want to hear that. And Law is right. That dog Lyle Collins played good at right guard, man.
Foots.
Seriously.
Foots.
Left guard, yeah.
Left guard, excuse me. Left tackle. Right tackle. Damn it.
Foots.
Lyle
Right
played
tackle,
good,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
So what if we do some shuffling and now we got our first round pick? Maybe we get our safety. Maybe we get Jeff Heath, who took that bait, and get him back to just playing special teams. I'm just making you think.
No. No. I don't want to get rid of my 28-year-old demigod of a left tackle for okay, so even if you had a first round in this draft,
Okay.
I ain't trying to get none of these first rounders in. You're gonna have to give me Quentin Williams. You're gonna have to give me one of them gangsters or whatever.
Oh, Voch, I like my safety from Washington. Taylor Rapp.
Give me the name.
Rap. Taylor Rapp. He cool, but Foots. There. Look, I would rather have Tyron Smith and Jeff Heath than damn Taylor Rapp and Cam Fleming. Are you smoking? Are you Foots? Okay, Foots, so look, I want my offensive line to be elite. You want our O-line to have three guys that say, "Oh, they played pretty good down the stretch." I don't want pretty good down the stretch. I want Dak to not be the 31st ranked sack quarterback no more. That's what I want.
Hey,
out of the 31st ranked sack quarterback, somebody in the chat box. Go ahead. My bad, fam.
Shit, Chaz Green only had one bad game.
well, hold on. I think that Byron Bell just tarnished that image, and what we saw out of Cam Fleming, we was like, hey, anything is better than what Byron Bell exhibit. But I think I saw a stat out there, and I can't find it, but it was out there that Tyron Smith gave up the most pressures as it relates to left tackle in the NFC. So
I'm not reading
pause right now.
I'm not reading PFF. I watch film. And look.
Oh, it was from PFF. Yeah.
I don't watch them. I see Tyron Smith hold every now and then, but I see Tyron Smith keep people exactly where the hell they at. I see people not moving. Watch this.
Everybody in the chat box who calls me crazy, get ready for when the mothership, when they talk about trading Tyron Smith. I don't want none of y'all to come in here and say, "Oh, that's a good idea." All I'm saying is, no, I trust Voch over PFF, Swaggy D. They're not credible. Voch knows his stuff. We all know our stuff. But trust and believe, when you're in these draft rooms, they're having conversations like this. You got to stay younger. You got to flip. Everybody looks at the Patriots when they trade somebody who's just about to be done, and they flip them for a one. They do it all the time. Am I lying, Voch? Give me that. The Patriots do it all the time.
You not lying, but we ain't them. You ain't lying, but we ain't them, and we ain't got Brady.
No, I agree. I'm just saying.
Gotcha.
And the only reason why we not like the Patriots, I think that the other teams be looking at Jerry, be like, he got something slick up his sleeve. We ain't gonna give him that. No, they asking for a first. No, we ain't gonna give him that. They asking for a second. No, we ain't gonna give him that. We ain't gonna be on the headline news.
So let me ask y'all this, just real quick. Jerry Jones sitting and watching that first round. Trust me. All right. That's all I'm saying. He does not want to watch that first round just go by.
I'm not a fan.
But this is the thing. He may not watch that first round go by, but let me just pull up this right quick. I'm looking at these free agencies. You know, the free agent is right before the draft. So what Jerry might do, he might say, okay, there's a what we need? Defensive tackle. There's a Sheldon Richardson's out there. There's a Trent Brown out there, offensive tackle. There's a Landon Collins out there. There's some big name guys that they might go out there. A D Ford, although I don't think he'd fit for a 4-3. There's a Le'Veon Bell. There's a Kareem Hunt. There's a Frank Clark. So there's people out there that Jerry Jones can finesse that thing and still make headline news before this draft begin.
You know that ain't us, dog. And you know we got a lot of people we got to pay already. That's going to be our headline. That's going to be our headline, signing D-Law. Foots, let me say this, though. Yo, Foots, let me say this. I feel you on trying to move around, trying to make things shake, bro. But I ain't necessarily trying to give up anything to go get something else, especially not in this draft. And Foots, you being draft guy, you understand the sentence I'm about to say, because it may not make sense to both, but to most. But you could be more excited about your second and third round picks than your first round pick, because with your first round pick, you may be in a situation where you may not want to draft somebody that's there. You know what I mean? But you feel good about the value you got in the second and third. Hell, we got
Yeah.
Connor in the second and Gallup in the third. You know what I'm saying? What I don't want to do is I don't want to give up a piece I'm sure about. If Tyron Smith is on this team, he's our starting left tackle. There's no question mark about it. Ain't no competition.
Mm-hmm.
If we trade him, we got another question mark. I don't want to add question marks. You see what I'm saying? That's
Damn, Voch, you're a genius, man. You just recalled my mind, because me and Foots, we was happy about Xavier Woods. We was happy about Jordan Lewis. We was okay with Taco. So you're right. Voch, damn, you smart, man.
Salute, sir.
Well, here's the deal.
Salute,
Here's the deal too. I think
Right.
that a lot of Cowboys fans have to understand how the draft works and exactly what Voch is saying. There's only 20 first-round grades in every draft. Like 20 guys who you're gonna plug. Thank God, Leighton Vander Esch was one of those guys who you could literally plug, play, and come in and just make plays. I mean, you're talking about a lot of people don't realize just the strength, like we saw this year with Connor Williams, the strength, more or less, this is really a grown man sport. So just the strength that you have to play with, a lot of these guys really don't just come in and have the NFL strength, let alone being able to manage a playbook, being able to play fast, being able to play and not think. So I agree with you there, Voch. If there's a guy who may have slipped through the cracks, all right, let me ask you this, Voch. You see your guy sitting there at pick 40, right? And you want to skate up to get that guard that you want. You want a guard, right, Voch?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How do you skate up? What are you doing?
Foots, I don't want to, man. Foots on, because I think I like so many guards this draft. Think about this, like even last year, right? We was thinking about trading up to go get Derwin James or something. Like would you give up Michael Gallup to go get Derwin James over Vander Esch? I'm like, I wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? I think I wouldn't. I think, and I love Derwin James. I think this team is so good at drafting. I think a 4th round pick for us is more valuable for us than somebody else. That's just my opinion.
Draft well.
That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So some teams may give up thirds to move around, and that's fine for y'all. You know what I'm saying? But our 3rd round picks, our 2nd round picks in the last few years have been, you know what I'm saying, guys that help us win. Have been Jordan Lewis, Michael Gallup. Who was 3rd round before that? Can't remember whatever, but our guys, we draft well. We straight. You know what I'm saying? So Malik Collins was our 3rd round before that. So Malik, Gallup, Jordan Lewis, those are guys that have played pivotal points of our, pivotal spots on our team. And I ain't trying to get rid of them to get a little better. So with this draft, me knowing the board or whatever, it's plenty guards I know that will be there by the time we draft or whatever.
Hey, Voch.
What's up, bro?
Law. What is the love affair with Andy Isabella?
Say again.
Brian Broaders like him. I mean, the damn 105.3 crew like him. So whoever they like, it just turned into a love affair. Nazir Adderley from Delaware getting a lot of love too because they like him, and they are good players. But Andy Isabella probably gonna be like a 6th round pick, man, 7th round pick.
And looking at his highlights, I'm looking at Ryan Switzer all over again. If you look at Ryan Switzer, if you look at Andy, and I know that a lot of people are gonna look at it now and be like, what you talking about, Law? I'm saying the same thing. I was so hyped about Switzer as well as this Andy Isabella, same person.
Those guys, you really have to have a plan. You do. I mean, I like him. I've seen him play, but he's one of those guys that, again, in the league, especially year one, Ryan Switzer, the game was fast for him. He looks decent in Pittsburgh, but he's not like a real piece over there. I mean, he's a special teams guy.
Sure.
You can't put anything around Dak. You just can't. You see that we have to win with the real number 1 on the outside. Now Gallup is a real 2. Frankly, I'm not really concerned with who's in the slot. I'm more so, you could plug a slot guy, But I'm with you, Voch. If we wanna protect Dak's face, that's fine. But find me that guy who I can plug and play. He needs to be from Wisconsin. He needs to be from Iowa.
Sure.
I don't want any more tackles from Texas. I know they look good playing against those defenses, but I don't want any more offensive linemen from Texas. I'm sorry.
But I love Connor Williams. They just making him play guard. But I feel you on that. You want somebody top tier. If they gonna step in, you want a day one step in and play guy. I feel you on that.
I want to plug and play.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, Iowa offensive linemen. They breed them over there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Wisconsin the same way, you know. But I don't want a guy where I gotta. Oh, he needs to get stronger and this, that, and the third. No.
So let's run this then, Foots. Let's go ahead and get this started. Second round, what you looking for?
Second round. I mean, it's tough. You can go interior lineman. I don't. It's what Foots looking for and what the Cowboys will do.
Mm-hmm.
The Cowboys.
Give me both.
Give you both.
Mm-hmm.
I like this T.J. Hawkinson. I don't know if he'll be there.
He's gonna be gone, though. Oh,
He'll be gone, Voch.
Voch.
That's what I want. Cowboys fans, get ready. You talking about Jason Witten, who can jump, who can freaking block, who will stone you. I mean, he's a football player. I like him better than Noah Fant. I'm serious. Just because he's more well-rounded, Voch. What do you think?
He's absolutely more well-rounded. See, thing about Noah Fant is that he gonna run faster than everybody else, and that's, you can definitely use that too. But what we do, you know, we definitely need a guy that can block. And TJ can run. TJ can run. He just ain't gonna run faster than everybody. TJ can catch. He's also football smart with his option routes too, though, Foots. You know how Jason Witten was a master at that little hitch option joint that he does that always got, you know, the little first down option or whatever, that little thing that we do. TJ's good at those type of plays, and we see guys like Blake Jarwin kind of miss on that or make the wrong read. Swaim has made the wrong read. Hell, Rico then got Rico done had the ball thrown at him and he wasn't even looking. You know what I'm saying? But TJ is a smart football player, and I think he's a Garrett guy too, football smart. So I like TJ.
You know what
about Jay Sternberger? That guy and Irv Smith.
No. See, all right. Here's the problem.
Irv ain't
with
gonna
both
be
those guys.
Yeah.
Here's the problem with both of them. Yeah. I like TJ for one reason, and I think Voch hit it on the head. TJ is a freaking mauler when it comes to as a blocker.
Mean.
Law. Yeah, exactly. It's more or less his demeanor. Schultz had it, but TJ has it times 10. And like I said, I want an Iowa kid because they think different when it comes to the way that they play football. Right. And so and it goes back to what Voch is saying. Is he a Garrett guy? Oh yeah. Like you can use him in line and you won't have to worry about those ends, you know, blowing up the play. I like Noah Fant, but somebody said it in the comments section. I mean, Noah Fant's kind of a pretty boy. He's kind of a, you know, what's my boy from the Giants where he's kind of like an extended receiver more.
Foots he can run. Foots he can run. Though. He can run.
He can run.
He run past corners, Foots. He run past the corners, Foots. Oh, that's your slide receiver right there. That's your slide receiver.
He can run. He can run, but my biggest thing is, again, I'm looking for it because the thing I like about TJ is while he can play in line, he's not lost as a receiver. Absolutely. Like he still has some wiggle as a receiver and he could jump. He's not as fast as Noah Fant. He's not as polished as a receiver as Noah Fant, but he could jump, Law. Like I've seen him high point balls and I'm just kind of like, okay, this guy really is the real deal.
So let me ask you this, and if this is hypothetical, if you have DK Metcalf right there and you have that guy that you're talking about, TJ, who will you go with and why?
Oh, TJ. It's not even a question.
You talking about Metcalf?
He's talking about the Ole Miss receiver.
The wide receiver? No, yeah.
TJ. Or Debo Samuels or somebody like that. You got those guys right there, and you're looking at this tight end. You say, okay, I like Schultz, I like Jarwin, but I got Debo Samuels, I got DK Metcalf that fell right in the second round.
See, Law, let me say this.
okay,
See,
so-
Law, hold on, Foot, let me say this. Hawkinson is a first round pick. Samuels and Metcalf have fan bases that kind of hype them up.
Yeah, they're not ready.
It ain't the same.
They're not. Yeah,
Okay.
especially like with their route running and them being able to get off an NFL jam and really being able to separate and footwork wise, it's not even comparable. Again, I'm looking for somebody. That's where you know what. He's already better than Dalton Schultz and Jarwin because he's more polished. And that's where if he falls a little bit, maybe I will pull the trigger on this player. I mean, I'm serious. I will go to war for TJ Hawkinson. I'm serious. He jumps to me, Voch. That's my pet cat, Law. He jumps off film to me because I don't have to put him in the weight room. Again,
I'm gonna look him up tonight. TJ, what's his name?
Hawkinson.
TJ Hawkinson.
HOCKENSSON. But he's not gonna be
Yeah,
there.
Voch know about him. Voch like him. I know he do. He don't like him more than Noah.
Now you know, I'm not gonna ask Voch this question. I'm gonna ask you. What's his comparable? Who is his comparable?
I hate comparison.
I know Voch.
Shit.
I got one.
George Kittle.
I got one.
George Kittle.
Kittle. And watch this. People
really?
aren't gonna like this. People aren't gonna like this.
George Kittle.
People aren't gonna like this, but he is a shorter. And get ready for this. Do not jump off the screen. But he's a shorter
Gronkowski.
because he's a shorter Gronk, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
People who have really paid attention to the Patriots this year, the Patriots have used Gronk more as an inline blocker, and as a really, you know what I mean, Voch?
Mm-hmm.
He's a shorter Gronk. TJ Hawkinson. Go look.
What's
him
his
up
height?
right now.
What's his measurables? What's his height? Somebody put that in the chat box. 6'4".
6'4".
Yeah.
Okay.
He's 6'4". He's 6'4". He's a great player, man. He really is.
Fantastic. If you look at Mel Kiper's mock draft, Fant wasn't even a first round pick, but Hawkinson went like 17 or something. And I get it. I totally get it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know about that, man.
You know what? I don't really buy into Mel Kiper, but if you had to pick,
put you on the radar, then you gone.
Peep this out. If you had to pick out of George Kittle or what's my man's name in New York, the Giants guy, tight end, the Giants.
Oh, you're talking about
inline receiver,
Mississippi.
Yeah, tight end. Law, what's his name, man? The tight end from the Giants, bro.
I hate that.
I'm having
He's a receiver, really.
Yeah. But
Ingram.
Yeah, Ingram. Fant is more like Ingram, and Hawkinson is more like Kittle. Nasty ass blocker, pretty good size or whatever. Yak guy finishes his runs. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll take Kittle because he's more complete.
What game should I look at?
All of them. All of them because he's consistent.
Okay.
All of them because he's consistent.
You could watch his work against like Wisconsin. He played good.
His worst game and his good game. I normally look him up that way. I look at the worst game first.
Consistent, Law. He consistent.
Yeah, I was about to say. What you looking at with him? I watched the whole games. His Penn State game was really good. Mm-hmm. So to me, what you're looking at with him, Indiana. Watch the Indiana game as well.
Okay.
What you're looking at with him, Law, is really play in and play out how he's playing on that edge, sealing the end, getting next level, getting on linebackers. I mean, it was some plays. That's gonna be the first person that I break down on my channel. But it was some plays. He was really. I mean, Voch can tell you, Law. I don't go out on a limb for most players. This dude will get to the next level and try to destroy backers.
Sure.
And I mean, to me, you just can't pay for that. Because some of these tight ends are so – I mean, football has changed. Mm-hmm. You know, football is such a spread-out sport now. When you see a guy lined up at 12 and he plays with that aggression, you know, you just can't – you need that, man.
Foots Foots ain't told no lies yet, man. Foots like nothing but facts, but fam, he ain't going to be there, Foots.
I know.
He ain't gonna be there.
We just talking about nothing then, huh?
Law. It'll be nice. You know, Law. This is definitely one of those early draft conversations. It'll be nice to have them, but bruh, as much as we love him, somebody else love him just as much as us, dog. And TJ Hawkinson gonna be gone.
Just like I love Dexter Lawrence, huh? You think they can find a little bag of weed in somewhere?
Nope.
Dexter Lawrence gone. I'll tell you that now.
But but look, this is my thing though. There are guys that can play, But my
Right.
problem is if I wouldn't want to draft a guy if they can't be better than Blake Jarwin. You know what I'm saying? Like Blake is fine. And if I'm gonna draft a tight end, I need him to be better than Blake Jarwin.
That's a great point, Law. I mean, Voch, that's a great point.
Yeah.
Because
It
Blake
is.
came on, but I don't like Blake in line, and I don't like him. I agree.
Sure. And then seeing Blake and Dalton Schultz as first year players, what they was able to give us at the end of the their first year playing, give them a little bit of peanut butter, glass of milk, a dumbbell or whatever, and they gonna grow up and be big and strong too. And I think both those guys will be even better next year. So I'm not really ready to reach for a tight end. I said on my last live stream, if I can have the 2016 Dallas offensive line, I'll play with Blake Jarwin and Dalton Schultz. Just my opinion.
Okay.
Just my
No,
opinion.
I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you with that, Voch. I'm just he's my pet cat, but you're right. I mean, everybody's gonna jump on him. He's gonna throw the bench up probably 30 times.
Oh, he gonna kill it.
He's gonna kill it. So they'll jump on him. All right, so guys, what position? You put me on TV. Now I'm gonna put you on TV. What position? Rank your positions in the second round. All right. Is it interior lineman? Is it tight end? Rank your positions, Voch, where you just say, I'm going there, especially if it's best player available as well.
At 50,
Law, you throwing in receiver, and I'm not mad at that. I think that Gallup is my 2, but what do you want to do there?
at 58, I want nothing but an offensive lineman, and whether the best offensive lineman you can give me at 58. Now, when we get to the third round, we can have a conversation. Then I would love to have a Tariq Cohen type of guy, but when I look at my receivers, they all over 6 foot. B as soon as Bees walk out the door, as soon as Bees clean his locker out, all my receivers gonna be over 6 foot, and I think that says a lot about where we're trying to move at the receiver position. They're all nuanced route runners. They're all that. So when I'm looking at my second pick, I think it's going to be a lot of defensive tackles there. I don't need an edge player. We got 4 of them that I feel good about. Right. We don't need linebackers. I think safety comes in the conversation in the third round. So safety, we can talk about backup running back, slot, kick return, punt return guy, or defensive lineman. We can look at those guys in the third round. But second round, I want nothing on my plate but offensive line. Somebody I can plug in and play. What's up?
Let me ask you this, Voch.
What's up, bro?
And Law. So you had a situation 2 years ago. Buda Baker fell. Remember?
Oh,
he fell to the second. So let's and he's turned out to be a really good player.
Foot's about to make this so difficult. I know what you're about to say.
You know, he put me in the box.
I already know what you're about to say.
Hey, why can't I? Hey, Law. Why can't I ask questions, Law? I just want to know. I got to be the.
But let me tell you this before you go. I'm just gonna give you mine. I would rather for us to just draft from the. I'm always the core guy, and I'm a defensive side of the ball. Voch saying offense. I go with the deep, big, nasty, belly hanging over the knees guy, defensive tackle that's in the inside. Then I work my way on out to the outside.
I see Foots
tackle, and then safety, third round, and then everything else. I look for that running back, that scat back in the fourth.
And I see Foots. This is what I don't like about Law, because Law like to get on these shows and agree with us. We gonna run straight to his channel when we not around. Give me that running back. Give me that running back in the second round. Give me that star receiver. I don't care. I don't care nothing about the core. Give me the flash. That's what I like.
I want the core, though. I want that core, that defensive tackle, and then you slide around and you get that safety. And it's a toss up. But if that doggone Alexander Madison is there, man, go give me that guy.
All right, so 2 things.
Go ahead.
That's a fourth round
I
player.
love this, man.
It's a fourth round player.
I can do this in my state. I love y'all, man. So here we go.
Yes, sir.
Voch, Law. So you have. All right, so people are getting high on the Adderley guy, right?
Man,
and first of all, maybe the chat could tell me what they like about him. I see a guy that's good. He just doesn't jump off the screen. And I also get nervous with some of those guys that haven't played big time football, especially at a position like safety.
I'll tell you what, Foots. And
what was the name again of the guy you talked about?
Nazir Adderley from Delaware. Delaware, the safety. Yeah. Adderley is a Senior Bowl guy, so we're gonna learn a lot about him this week. And part of him playing in Delaware versus other obscure state-ass teams, it does kind of make me nervous. But Foots, he's around the football. He can
Right.
tackle, and he has a little bit of range. I don't necessarily know about his coverage ability yet. I don't have a good idea about his IQ, but he has a great instinct. There's a difference between IQ and instinct. He may not be able to see it, but sometimes these DBs that can feel their way around the ball or whatever. I think Adderley has a natural feel himself around the ball. Plus, he's a nasty player, and he can kind of kick return a little bit. So I'm not ready to just flat out say he's the best safety yet. There's a kid in Alabama that can play his ass off at safety. All I'm saying,
I like Deontay Thompson. I was about to say.
Absolutely. I'm just saying, as far as Adderley, we're gonna get a lot of answers about him this week at the Senior Bowl. It's a lot of talent there. I like him though. If I can get him in the third, I'm running to go get him. I'm running to go get him in the third.
Me too. I'm running down there too.
Well, I see a guy that can run. And I've seen some things, but I just get worried with these small school guys, and you're just playing. Sure. You're just not playing top
but just think about this, though. Just think about this before you go to your point. You got Xavier Woods and you got Adderley out there at the same place at the same time out there on the field. What would you do?
Well, I feel you.
How would you feel, Foots?
It would be beautiful. And watch this, Law. Xavier Woods was a semi-small school guy. I mean, Louisiana Tech isn't like, a big school. So and Xavier Woods has looked decent in the NFL. I mean, he really has. To me, I'm gonna go Taylor Rapp over Adderley, but that's me because when you talk about IQ, I mean, you listen to Chris Peterson talk about one of the smartest players he's ever had on his team.
Sure.
I mean, and this is also a guy where you can legit watch him go guard a slot receiver and erase a slot receiver. So I'm a Taylor Rapp fan myself.
You got to spell it out for me so I can
Washington. Taylor Rapp for Washington.
Washington.
Taylor Rapp RAPP from Washington.
Yeah, he has it's WA. Yeah, WR.
WRAP?
No. It's RAPP. Yep.
RAPP.
Okay, that's how you spell it. Okay, I'm gonna look him up tonight. Y'all helping me out, boy. Y'all don't watch the 4-Letter Network. I just need to come right here and listen to you guys, man.
There you go.
Go ahead.
Yeah, man.
There you go.
I mean, the draft. I like Juan. Thornhill. Nice little player from Virginia.
Yeah.
He's really good in coverage.
Sure.
I mean, to me, now, I like what somebody's saying about Bryce Love in the second round.
Oh God, that make my back itch. I can't listen to that. I can't listen to Bryce Love.
I thought he committed to go back to school.
Bryce Love is a senior, but he tore his ACL or something like that. He hurt or something. But this is the problem. Bryce Love had a monster junior year, and he should have came out. But he decided. He decided to go back to school, and he got hurt, and now that whole thing happened.
Hold on. Let me get Gregory Castillo together real quick. So, and I'm not coming at you, but Bryce Love's talent. Bryce Love has first round talent.
Sure.
Don't get that mistaken.
Sure.
He's gonna fall because of the injury.
Sure.
And running backs, but Bryce Love is a good player who ran in a pro system. He's a really good back. Can catch the ball, soft hands.
Sure.
Great eyes. So don't get it twisted. He can really ball.
I just want look. As long as I get my offensive lineman in the second round, y'all can do whatever the hell y'all want to do. I don't care. If we can get Bryce in the third, and you know what, Foots? If you look at how the draft normally lays out, I think day 3 is for that. Sometimes more talented players get drafted in the third round, but day 3 is basically for people that's too short, people that got caught with a gun under their seat, people that's unhealthy, people that kidnapped their girlfriend, people with concerns or whatever. So I think his baseline is going to be the 4th round. So whoever's at the top of the 4th round, I think he's going to be the first guy to go. That's just how the draft normally works. Day 1 and day 2 is mostly premium players. But if we can get Bryce in the 4th, I'll take him, sir. But I'm trying to fix my offensive line in the 1st. And, if y'all want to kick Jeff Heath off a bridge in the 3rd round, I'm not mad at you. But I think it's going to be plenty guys that can come in and play Tariq Cohen guy. I think it's plenty guys that can do that.
There's a kid from Memphis. I think his name is Darrell Henderson or something like that.
Right, Henderson,
Yeah, that boy bad, boy. But go ahead.
See,
That's
Law,
like a
see, Law, and this why you need me and Fuss, because these people are jumping your chat box and they had you watching these highlights on these 6-round guys. You be like, yeah, I take him in the third.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah,
that boy fast though. I don't care what I saw. I said, look at. I know it was highlights because I really like. I don't have time, so that's why I really got to dive deep this week, and then I got to really look at the Senior Bowl, like you said, and the Combine. That's where I get all my material from. I'm just looking at the highlights this time.
What I do is, we got to also understand that
right,
the Cowboys, especially with that second round pick. Now I like this Adderley again, but the chances of them drafting a Delaware player, in the second round is just not high. I mean, unless he's gonna be, what's my linebacker from the Colts, South Carolina State, and he played well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, Voch, but it's you're right. We did develop 38, but with your 2, you're treating your 2 like he's a 1, so you really want him.
Can't miss.
You want him to develop. You want him to come in. You want him to come in ready.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
You need to hit. You got to now, because you don't have a 1. You got to hit on this 2.
Let me say this in the chat box. Mel Hayes, he's getting a little wild in there. My comment about guys that fall to day 3, short guys, gun under the sea guys, character issue guys, right? That's their day mostly. But he's saying, what about the Jalen Smith pick? That Jalen Smith pick is working out. Fam, Jalen Smith he was like one of the top 3 players in that draft. You could argue that he was the best player in that draft. He wasn't, but you could argue that. You know what I mean? So if one of those caliber players fall, of course you don't wait till the 4th round to get them. You go and get them kind of early. But the Cowboys drafted him drafted him in the 2nd, and people were still saying, man, the Cowboys kind of went for Jalen Smith kind of early, right? Yes, it worked out, but that caliber talent, if that falls, if he falls because of injury, of course you take him early. But we talking about Bryce Love, who ain't the top 5 best player in anybody's draft. He's first round talent. He's a first round talent, but he ain't nobody's top 5 best player in no draft. So Bryce Love could possibly fall to the 4th round. It ain't personal. It's just the league is a business now. You know what I'm saying? But I
want both of you guys to educate me just a little bit on for this. Jalen Smith, you said he was like top 5 talent, right? We had some people that said his draft grade was higher than Ezekiel Elliott. Some people said that.
In a stacked ass class. He was
in a nutshell.
Go ahead.
Randy Gregory.
Sure.
He was a top 5 talent, right?
He was a top 10 talent. He was a
top 10 talent. So it's a difference between that. So you guys are painting this picture for me. So Bryce Love is more of like a top 20.
Yeah. So all right,
absolutely.
Okay, so y'all painted the picture real well for me, man.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. That's all I needed. This is information.
So
talk to me.
Understand, when Christian McCaffrey was at Stanford,
boy, Randy special though.
He was at Stanford. All right,
and
he had a great year. He had an amazing year. The very next year, Bryce Love followed that up with an amazing year.
Broke all his records.
Yeah, exactly. He literally broke all of Christian McCaffrey's records.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, exactly. So that's the type of player that Bryce is. Bryce Love is a really, really good player. Like, I don't care what the chat box is saying. And he's a better player than Darren Sproles. He can run. He runs. Bryce Love is a good back. The injury is going to set him back. But if you can get, and what the Cowboys would use him for is a change of pace guy, because he would be a change of pace from Zeke. But you can also throw him the football as well, because he's extremely smart. See, some of these running backs, you got to understand, you just can't put anybody back there to protect your quarterback, to protect the blind side, to pick up different, coverages. You got to know, I'm dump here, I do this and that. Trust me, Bryce Love is extremely intelligent. So, to me, I like Love. He will be, if he's sitting there in the 4th round, I'm running to the table to draft Bryce Love. If he's sitting there in the 3rd round, I'm drafting him.
Now, if you want to trade up to the top of the 4th, we can talk. We can do that. You know what I'm saying? If you want to move around some guys, I'm with that. Assuming that we have some comp picks maybe or something like that, I'll move around day 3. But I'm trying to keep 2 and 3 or whatever. But if we can get Bryce at the top of the 4th, let's go get him. I'm with that.
Okay, man. Hey, I'm all down for it.
Oh,
Shoot.
we got a lot of time to dissect, because we can't build a board today because we just don't have all the information. Sure. I mean, you got to watch film. I'm glad to relate to the party because what happens is people fall in love. They fall in love early and don't do all the homework. And what's going to happen as well is
the underwear Olympics, the Byron Jones of the world. He's going to show up and show out during the combine, and somebody going to be like, hey, what's that? You say Voch from obscure state? Who is this guy who ran a 4.2?
Well. See, Law. What happens is, and I said this on my last show, and it make perfect sense. Mel Kiper did his mock draft or whatever, and Trey Wingo asked him, "Yo, Mel, what happened to Ed Oliver? Man, he was a first round pick. I mean, he was a first overall pick a year ago, and now he's failed. Like, what happened?" And my sentiments was the film ain't changed. Ed Oliver now is the same guy he once was.
Ed Oliver hasn't changed.
It's just that people want to rush so fast to be first. People don't do their homework. Quentin Williams been better than Ed Oliver. Voch dropped the damn Quentin Williams video in October or something, like September or something. I've been dropped the Quentin Williams video, and now you see draft people saying, "Hey, have y'all seen this Quentin Williams guy from Alabama? He's in the championship."
Hold on. Hey, let me jump in too, Voch. Wait a minute. Now, Philip Ellis.
Go ahead.
Wait a minute. Byron Jones is not overrated. You have to know that's Law. Like, I think people took your words out of context. Byron Jones is not overrated. He was out of position.
Sure.
That's not on Byron Jones.
Sure.
That's
but I'm saying, like, before the draft, nobody knew that Byron Jones was going to jump out of this planet, and nobody had him going into the first round. You see, but then the underwear Olympics it happened, and then he got to the first round. But that's what I was saying in those contexts. I'm always going to be believing that Byron Jones is a nice cornerback opposed to a safety. But
with these guys that you draft, the problem is, again, scouts, coaches, they don't marry the pick to the scheme.
Sure.
And it's you just like, dude, these guys aren't pro ready when you get them. You have to, you know what I mean? You gotta develop him. You gotta put him in position to be a great player. And so my point is this. Let's take Obi Melifonwu, for example.
Sure.
Another Greek goddess, but he's not a safety. He wasn't a safety. His film didn't scream safety. When you saw him come down, he was timid. He didn't want to come fill. He didn't tackle aggressively. He missed a lot of tackles. He played high.
That boy should run track, though. That boy should run track.
I would have, you know what I would have made him? I would have made him an outside corner. I would have made him a
but let me ask you this, to piggyback off of that, did you see Carl Lawson? Did you see him coming? Did you see a Darius Leonard? Did you see those guys coming?
We knew those guys was great because we watched film. Carl Lawson was
Hey, listen, I've been on Darius Leonard. You know, Clemson pulled his scholarship.
Yeah.
So I've been on Darius Leonard before. And you can go check my receipts, Law. I love Darius Leonard.
Likewise, go on Twitter, because look, I remember on Twitter I was actually having the Darius Leonard Leighton Vander Esch conversation. Somebody pull that. The receipts is out there. This ain't nothing new. This ain't nothing.
Y'all coming with it, boy.
This ain't nothing new.
The thing is, I'm a draft guy. So again, and the thing about Darius Leonard was you can go. He was a hungry player.
Sure.
You know, I like Myles Gaskins. I see people talking about Myles. I like Myles Gaskins. Yeah. But so the point is, I think Voch is right. Everybody just relax, calm down, because again, early let's talk about the quarterbacks, for example. Everybody was Will Greer. Where I'm from Maryland, Virginia. I could have told anybody that my boy at Ohio State, I mean, this kid is the real deal to me. You know, Dwayne Haskins, I'm a Dwayne Haskins guy till the day I die. I think he can make every throw. I just think that he's going to get put in this box of, oh, he's Teddy Bridgewater. Stop it. Dwayne Haskins is way better than Teddy Bridgewater. It's not even close. So whoever drafts Dwayne Haskins is going to get a damn good quarterback. But last year or the year, like, it was Will Greer. It was this person. It was Drew Lock, all these guys who, you know. But so I think what happens is everybody needs to calm down and really watch. and really say, could he work in this scheme, or could he work for this? Some things just ain't gonna happen. You feel what I'm saying?
Sure.
And I think it's gonna be a crazy draft because I really believe that Arizona may trade Josh Rosen. I don't think that Cliff Kingsbury is married to Josh Rosen.
Okay.
That could shake up a lot of things. That could shake up the whole draft. They may really go draft Kyler Murray. Like,
that'd be a bad idea, man. Oh, that'd be a terrible idea. That wouldn't be smart. That wouldn't be smart. Look,
Hey, I saw some highlights of that boy throwing that ball to Antonio Brown.
Stop.
I'm just playing with you.
Stop watching highlights, man. Listen, if the Cardinals don't draft Nick Bosa or trade back and fix their offensive line, which is trash, it won't matter anyway. So
I agree.
So
I agree.
and plus, this ain't really the class you want to go get quarterbacks in, man. Next year's quarterback class is ridiculous. Next year.
Watch this, Voch.
What's up, fam?
Have you ever heard a coach come out and say that?
They never gonna say it, and they shouldn't.
But no. I'm sorry, no. Say what Cliff said about Josh and
No. Well. See, for context,
it went under the radar.
Cliff said it when he was coaching. Cliff ain't say it when he was in Arizona. It's different.
What did he say, man? Y'all help me out.
He said if I had the first overall pick, I would take Kyler Murray right now. But he coaches the Cardinals now, and now he has the first overall pick. So that's the thing.
Exactly. There you go.
That's the thing.
The truth,
Okay.
Basically, it was one of the things like they're gonna use that soundbite a lot.
They're gonna use it.
Get ready.
And I don't think it's gonna be a thing. It'll be a great news piece if we just surprise with it. But I'm not buying it, man. I'm not buying it. But
listen, to be honest with you, to be honest with you, I
watch me shake it up.
I don't think I like Kyler Murray.
Sure.
You're not gonna win in this NFL with a 5'8" quarterback.
He's
not.
Don't say it. Don't say it. People say the same thing about Russell.
Look, Kyler's 2 inches shorter than Russell, and Russell's short.
I was just about to say that.
And Russell's short.
Everybody's gonna comp him to Russell Wilson. It's just stop. The problem is, the problem with Kyler Murray is that he's gonna go to a bad team, especially if he goes high.
That's the problem.
And he's going to be expected to exactly. And
what if he goes to the Giants?
Then we good, dog. The Cowboys good, boy. Chase his little ass around. This ain't the Big 12.
He's gonna have to be 10 yards off the ball to even see receivers. It's not gonna. It'll be fun, and he's gonna.
Frank Tarkenson and Doug Flutie.
Law. This is 2019, and these damn alien ass defenders. Ed Oliver gonna show up and run a 4 what? Like a 4.7, like a 4.8. Rashawn Gary gonna run a 4.8. Okay. Good luck to you. and he almost 290. Good luck to you. These aliens gonna start chasing. And look, it ain't even the sacks that's gonna kill them. People get hit more than they get sacked. That's what's gonna get them. Like everybody talking about well, Baker Mayfield, he is 2 inches shorter and 25 pounds smaller than Baker. Quit it.
Wow.
He's 180. He's 5'8", 180. He's a little bit.
Yeah. Around this time of year, people can't. You can't take those measurements, dude. Like, I know people so I got a buddy who trains out here in Forestville, Maryland, and he's committed to Oklahoma, and he told me, like, Kyler Murray is small. Like, he is small to the point where it's like, when you see some of these D linemen, it's just not going to work. I mean, just imagine getting hit, and you want him to put on healthy weight, man. Again, it's not gonna,
Boy, Kyler need to go get that $33 million guaranteed. Just quit playing, dog. Just quit playing, dog. Just get out of here. Hell, what else? That's about it. What else we got? Y'all got any early pet cats? I ain't really got none so far, but
everybody go watch TJ Hawkinson.
Sure.
Come back to me, okay? That's my pet cat. Who's yours, Voch? And I'll go watch.
There's a kid named Gerald.
If I haven't already.
There's a kid named, First of all, I can't count Quentin Williams as one of my pet cat because he's the best, but boy, Quentin Williams is great. But if I could be a little more, whatever, there's a cat named Gerald Willis. He was originally a Florida commit, but he got in trouble and he went to some small ass school and now he's playing at the University of Miami. Senior Bowl guy, and I think he's gonna whoop everybody's ass when he once he gets there. 3-tech, and he could be at 58. So y'all go out there and check him out.
Let me go look at the Senior Bowl roster just to freshen up.
Oh, it's gonna be. Let me. I just happen to have a clipboard with a lot of names here.
Y'all give us some cheat notes, man. Who should we have an eye on the Senior Bowl? Who we should pay a special attention to? And I'll be more than willing to deep dive into that. So let me know, Voch and Foot.
So you want to just focus on Senior Bowl, or like you want to keep this like Cowboys centric? Because I can do both.
Just do both, because I still want to know, just in case the damn Redskins or the Giants pick up the person, or the Eagles, and I'll be like, dang, this guy got this type of trait.
Well, the Redskins are looking at quarterback, so they have to draft a quarterback. They can't move any farther without drafting a quarterback. So,
well, if you look at quarterbacks, the first two guys are Haskins and Murray, so they're not going to be here. But every other guy that you have questions about, whether it be Daniel Jones from Duke, Will Grier from West Virginia, Drew Lock, Missouri, Jarrett Stidham from Auburn, Ryan Finley, North Carolina State, Tyree Jackson, Buffalo, Gardner Minshew, who I really like from Washington State, and Trace McSorley from Penn State. All those guys going to be in the conversation. They're all big name guys, but they're all guys that got something to prove. So we're gonna have to learn a lot about them in the process. Michigan got a running back coming out, Karan Higdon from Michigan. I know Foots know him. So
yeah, he's a good player.
Yeah. So, he's basically one of the big names though. Go ahead, Foots.
So Voch, if you're looking at a quarterback, I like this Daniel Jones. I like the Duke quarterback.
Kid from Duke, he can play.
Yeah, he can play. So and Jarrett Stidham's not a bad guy. I mean, he's okay. Will Grier may go light it up.
Sure.
He's going to be one of the bigger names.
Sure. Drew Lock can be okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah, definitely. Drew Lock. Yeah. So, I mean, this Senior Bowl is going to be interesting now. All right. And when do they start practice? Tomorrow?
Tomorrow. And Voch going to be covering the whole thing. Tune in. As far as receivers go, Penny Hart from Georgia State, Andy Isabella from UMass, Debo Samuel, South Carolina. People really like him. He has a big fan base behind him. Don't fall for the smoke though. David Sills from West Virginia, Anthony Johnson from Buffalo. All those some guys I really like. No real big name tight ends for real. None of the guys that we called out. But offensive line, I need everybody to get their notepad out for offensive line.
Let me get my notepad. I got it out already. Go ahead.
Andre Dillard from Washington State. That dude can play. Left tackle from Washington State. That kid can play. Max Sharping from Northern Illinois. He can play. Titus Howard from Alabama State. His big ass can go out there if he get his feet right. He can play. Michael Dieter, the kid from Wisconsin. Keep eyes on him. He got games at tackle, guard, and center. Not just like one game at center. I think he's played whole seasons here. He's a senior. He's played 4 years. Hadn't missed any games. Healthy guy. Played guard, tackle, and center. Look out for him. Bo Benchwall. That's a funny ass last name. Just put Beau Benz and just let the damn Google search help you out the rest of the way. He's another Wisconsin kid that Foots kind of wants to come in and play day one. Both those Wisconsin kids, Michael Dieter, Bo Benchwall, both of them can play. Looking at center, Elgin Jenkins from Mississippi State, nasty. Just in case you got reservations about Travis Frederick, he can come in and play for you. Ross Pierschenbacher from Bama, he's a center. Just in case you got any reservations, and Eric McCoy from Texas A&M. That's the offensive lineman to look out for.
Yeah, I mean, hey guys, your boy, Nasir Adderley will be there. So.
Nazir Adderley, guys like Montez Sweat, Montez Sweat, Mississippi State edge player. He's gonna be there. Jalen Ferguson, I think he led the country in sacks from La Tech. He's gonna be there. O'Shane Zimenez, Old Dominion, obscure state. He's one of those guys from old ass Dominion. He's another small school kid that I'm really gonna be keeping eyes on him. And Zach Allen from Boston College, I know he got a little fan base. People really concerned about him. So, and I called out some cornerbacks and Nazir Ali, safety from Delaware. I'm gonna be keeping eyes on him. So it's a lot of Senior Bowl guys to look at, man. So keep your eyes open, please.
No, I mean,
Adderley.
it's gonna listen. This is gonna be. It's gonna be fun, Law, and so, me and Voch hits the film, and I kind of just really dissect like what other teams maybe want to do, who maybe want to jump in front of you. Like I can tell you right now, the Redskins can't make another move until they draft their future quarterback. So you're gonna hear a lot of smoke and mirrors. They have to. You can't move. As a GM, all right, so I got my scouts. You guys are my scouts, or you my film guys, and you telling me what's going on. But I can't move forward as a team unless I have a quarterback. I just told you guys at the beginning of our video, we can win with 4. Now we can go start plugging pieces. These teams who don't have quarterbacks, the Giants, the Skins, I mean Miami, what are they going to do a quarterback?
Jacksonville.
So you're going to get, Jacksonville. So you're going to get teams that start reaching, start doing some things in free agency. So that's another thing that it can really push some good talent back. That's what you're hoping. You hope that you really want Daniel Jones to go out here and light it up. Yeah. You want Will Greer to go out there and light it up so some of these teams can reach on some of these bums, and then we go out and do our thing.
Don't call them bums, Foots. They work hard, man. They work hard.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Don't call these bums.
I'm not trusting Will Greer in the NFL. I'm just not.
Big 12 make everybody look a little better, huh?
There you go.
Yeah.
Come on, Voch. And I know I don't want to offend anybody, but I'm not trusting some of these guys. They get to an NFL practice because what people don't understand is let's just think of something simple right here and now. The field shrinks in the NFL.
Sure.
Like the half marks aren't the same. So all of those wide plays and all of those, they got 10 receivers on the field. It feel like that stuff don't work in the league, dog. Like that stuff don't. The talent is legit in the NFL. I mean, the backups in the league are flat out. So, I mean,
so we got we got like 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. Let's get some thoughts about Kellen Moore, and we're gonna wrap this thing up and get up out of here. First, I want to hear you first, man. Matter of fact, I want to hear Law first. He the OG. He the OG. I want to hear Law first. What you think about Kellen Moore, man?
Well, I got so many people that hit me up and inbox me about Kellen Moore. They told me to look up this John Gruden tape, the Gruden grinder, and they was telling me that Kellen Moore, he pretty much drawed up a craft up the plays for Boise. And I looked up his record. It was like 50-something and 3. So to me personally, it's going to be a new wrinkle. I think that he can identify with Dak Prescott and see what his strengths are. I think he can say that. But by him being, the quarterback coach, he can only help him out in terms of quarterbacking, but now it's in terms of actually drawing out the plays. So to me, I think that he's going to be a very, very beneficial part to Dak Prescott and moving the ball vertically and horizontally with the actual pass. But I still have my reservation against the run. I don't know how he's going to draw up the plays for the run. That's my thought.
There are good and bad things about the Cowboys fan base being on the internet. You know what I mean? Like the good thing is that we get views. The bad thing is that they go find damn videos from 6 years ago that don't even matter no more.
Right. Hey, somebody just said, "Hey, yo, I agree with Aron. Hey, I got to give you a shout out, Rolano 1013. You my dog. You ain't said nothing but the truth. These mother effers wanted Kellen Moore on the first bus out the door, and now I'm like, Law. I just don't see. Well, number one, is it confirmed that he's the new OC?
It's not been confirmed, but this is the thing. They went and picked up John Kitna, right? That's a promotion for John Kitna. I never seen like a assistant quarterback coach. So from my understanding, they're going to at least promote Kellen Moore to some type of position outside of quarterback coach. And just looking at the track record of the Cowboys, they promoted Jason Garrett in 2007. Remember 2007 was a nice year. Sure. They promoted him to assistant head coach / coordinator and gave him the same salary of Wade Phillips. So that was in 2008. So,
well, the big thing is,
hopefully
he just has a hand in. I think number one, Garrett's gonna call plays. I said this last week,
Okay.
and I think Jason Garrett is gonna call plays. So, like, and that was my title. Like, be careful what you wish for, because I know people are iffy about Garrett anyway. So yeah, I think in Philip Ellis is spot on. I think that he is going to have a hand in play design, but I don't care what you call it. The ball needs to come out quicker. That's to me, Voch. The ball has to come out quicker. These long developing Air Coryell, that's not Dak Prescott's strength. You need a guy like Phillip Rivers who's extremely accurate to run that stuff. You know, we need more West Coast concepts
And I
where the
think
ball is out.
that's what Kellen Moore did a lot of in Boise, actually. So
Okay.
so I think the whole Garrett might call plays. I think that's for like politics. I don't necessarily think Garrett gonna call plays. Just like I don't think Marinelli's the DC anymore. You know what I mean? I think Kellen Moore is a brilliant football mind, and it ain't like I'm just saying that this year. Voch was saying Kellen Moore when people was out here trying to kick him off the bridge. So I do agree with my man's in the chat box there. I remember watching film on Kellen Moore back in the Gap Man Boise State. Kellen Moore, and Kellen Moore was always brilliant from the neck up. Always brilliant. So, when people saying, oh, but Dak Prescott took his job, beat him out. Well, Kellen didn't have arm talent and he was short. He didn't have all the extra stuff. But from the brains up, Kellen Moore was, he was great. And if you go watch any Kellen Moore Boise film session, you will see some of the combinations and things that they were doing. It was a lot of motion. It was ahead of their time, honestly. And this the funny shit. They said Kellen Moore wouldn't make it as a quarterback in the league because of his college concepts. Those same college concepts is what people are dying to have in the league now. All the movement, all the shifts, the damn motions. We don't pound the ball in the league no more. I mean, we do, but we do it through motions and shit now. I dropped a film yesterday. If y'all haven't, not a film, but a video. If y'all haven't seen it, go check it out. But I basically drew the same play 9 different times. Right. And all I did was incorporated motion, and I incorporated movement, shifts, and different formations, personnel packages. Right. That's all it is. So people saying that we need a new scheme, that ain't true. We're going to have the same scheme because Sean McVay run the same plays that we run. Sean McVay just got a pretty ass bow and some goddamn spray paint on his. That's all we're going to do. We're going to run the same plays we've been running. We just not going to run it out of twins. We're going to run it out of quads with a B-bird motion on the back end of it, making Tavon a damn lead blocker to the weak side, and we run right. That's what we gonna do. And I think Kellen Moore has plenty experience doing that. I'm excited to see what he's gonna bring to the table.
Well, I'll be looking for those results, man. I hope that he can elevate this offense. And Dak Prescott, of course, I'm not going to use him as a battering ram, but he going to have to learn. This year, I'm looking for him to beat that 8 and 9-man front. And I think that this year, I think that Kellen Moore can help him out. Because if you look at it, like you said, Kellen Moore didn't have the strongest arm in the world. So he should know how to identify certain plays that can help out Dak Prescott. And to me, Dak Prescott arm is stronger than Kellen Moore.
Man, y'all know something that's going to make all this better. That's just going to make Kellen Moore look just so much better. Player execution. If we had great players, this shit won't even be a conversation. It won't be.
Now, this is my thing with the player execution. I've been saying this on my channel, Voch Lombardi.
You said a lot of shit on your channel.
But just because we got Shaq, and I'm going to use this analogy here.
You talk real different over here.
That 3, if he draws Shaq to shoot that 3, and that's not his skill set, if they continue to do that, and I don't mean to scream in your ear, but if they continue to do that, boy, they better figure out something. That's all I'm saying.
We don't do that though. We don't
use these players to their best strength and the best of their abilities, but don't misplace them. That's all I'm saying.
But we don't do that. We don't make Shaq shoot threes. We just keep putting Shaq in the paint, and we just expect Shaq to execute.
That Lyle Collins,
Shaq just missing dunks right now. That's all. And people want Shaq to do funky shit. Go ahead, Fritz.
Go ahead, Fritz.
No, I mean, I think the ball just got to come out quick.
Sure.
With timing, with timing.
Right,
I think that you got to hit that third foot, and the ball needs to be out, and you got to do some things with that. So the defense, You gotta make the defense play left-handed instead of them making you play left-handed. You need to make these defenses play left-handed. So
I think we, as the Dallas Cowboys Avengers, we just gotta understand. And I'm talking about me, Law, Foots, and Corey. I just think we just gotta understand that Cowboys fans ain't gonna never be satisfied. And we just gonna have to just take that and deal with it. You know, they want Dak to not dink and dunk, but then like they say, oh, I mean, why don't we throw the ball downfield a little more? Okay, cool. Then Dak started missing downfield, and they go, well, we need to get the ball out quicker. Okay, let's go back to dinking and dunking then. Why is Dak getting sacked? Because he throwing the ball downfield. It happens.
And we look at Tom Brady, his whole entire career. And I'm not saying Dak Prescott is Tom Brady, but that brother dinked and dunked. You saw that Chargers game?
Sure.
The ball averaging there for 3 yards.
His whole career been 5 and out, 5 and in slants, timing stuff. He just does it well, you know. And so I'm with you, man. I just, listen.
I understand. I'm speechless too, man. I'm speechless too. I just wanted to work. But Foots, closing thoughts and plug your stuff so we can get up out of here, bro. Go ahead.
Hey, man, all y'all let me know. Keep finding me. Keep subscribing. Also, check out the music. I just dropped a new song. It's on Spotify. It's called Creep. Spotify, SoundCloud.
Creep.
Just type Foots and Coles. Foots times Coles. That's me playing the drums and wrote the song. So I hope y'all enjoy it. Hey, Voch, thank you for having me on. Law, let's keep talking draft, man. This was a good hit right here.
Let's do it again next week, man. I'll be in y'all's chat box in the damn group chat. Law, final thoughts and plug your stuff.
Oh yeah, man. This is the best part of the year for me as well. I love the draft. There's no win-loss record. I'm just gonna hush this year and say that Will McClay is going to do his thing. Matter of fact, I ought to just say this right now. With the person, whoever's going to be the first round draft pick, I ought to say they're going to be trash. Because I was wrong last year and it worked out. So I'm going to hope I'm going to be wrong this year. Whoever the second round draft pick, I'm going to call him trash. I'm going to say, oh, man, we don't need to get that guy. And maybe there can be some reverse psychology of the thing, right?
Law don't do that.
I'm just playing with y'all. Shout out to y'all, man. Y'all can follow me on LAW Nation. Just type that in for the information on your Googles or on your Twitter and Instagram. Peace.
Yeah, man, y'all already know me. Y'all go check out that last video I made just to kind of give you an idea about, scheming things open and running different plays out of different formations. People calling for me to be the OC. I would do it, but y'all ass is ungrateful. Y'all don't deserve it. So I'm just gonna stay on this microphone on this camera. VOCHLOMBARDI, everything, man. Like the video and all that. The Voch's Voice podcast. Also, I'm coming out with it's kind of out already. I'm gonna be adding to it my Dallas Cowboys podcast. I might as well get in this podcast game because the YouTube Illuminati about to abolish all this damn film robbing we do. So I'm getting my podcast game going. Dallas Cowboys Salute, and it's also the Voch's Voice podcast. You type in Voch Lombardi, both of those will pop up for you. Go check out my Gerald Willis film session and my Senior Bowl coverage all week. I'm going to be covering the practices and the one-on-one drills, giving my thoughts and all that. And y'all hold it down for the Doski Woski. Remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Salute. Peace.
Salute.
Out.
Remember.
We going to war. Law say Cheeto a goddamn Jabari warrior. He's the king of Wakanda. He's the king of Wakanda. That's how we leaving y'all, man. Peace.
Man, that was a good show today, boy.
Go.
Great, man.
Damn good.
That was good.
Damn near good, man. Shoot. They're going to be reaching out to us